Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. I get to start a whole new stuffed animal pattern today. So if you want to know how to prepare your pattern pieces for the FIFI Fox from the Funky Friends Factory, please stay tuned. I'm very excited to start this project today. By your request, I'm going to make this fox on camera. Again, this is FIFI Fox from the Funky Friends Factory. And that's really hard to say fast. But I ordered it on Etsy, and here's the pattern that I got. When I saw that you guys wanted to see me make this on camera, I emailed Pauline at the Funky Friends Factory and Lori, and they were very gracious to allow me to make this pattern on camera. And I want to do it in a series of steps. I'm not really sure how many steps it's going to take, but in this video today, I just want to show you how I'm going to prepare my pieces. I'm going to follow her pattern as closely as I can. I realize that I've already I've already made an adjustment to one of the things that she said, and I'm going to show that in just a minute. I'm going to link this pattern in Etsy so that you can go straight to it. I'm also going to link their website, the Funky Friends Factory website. They have lots of different patterns that you can try. I am just going to try FIFI to see how I like it, and hopefully be able to make it for others. Now, if you go to her website, there are very specific instructions about what to do if you want to make this pattern for other people. So I encourage you to go there and check that out before you decide to make it for somebody. If you're just making it for your personal use, that's one thing, but there are specific instructions about that. So if you go on Etsy, there's going to be a link to it, and then if you go to the website, there is a place for that as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I want to prepare the pattern pieces, like I said, and I'm going to show you the fabrics that I want to use, and hopefully I can get the pattern, everything cut out by the end of this video. This is my first time making the pattern, so I'm really interested to see how it turns out, just like you are. Okay, so what I've done ahead of time is I've cut out the pattern pieces here. The whole thing, I'm not sure exactly how many pages it was, but it was several pages. This is just the instructions, and it's a lot of pages, and then there are more pages with the pattern pieces on them. So I've cut them out ahead of time, and she recommends using cardboard, like a heavy paper, or she said like you could recycle cereal boxes as well to make your pattern pieces. But what I did ahead of time is I've purchased some template plastic. I've never used template plastic before, so this is kind of a new adventure for me. There are two of them that I got. One of them is the Easy Quilting template plastic, and it's pretty flimsy. And then the other one that I got was Wright's Quilters Extra Thick, and I'm not even going to open it because I feel like it's too thick for what I need. So I'm just going to pull a couple of these out to make my pattern. All I'm going to do, let me see, I'll pull it out. I have a Sharpie here. I'm just going to pull out a sheet, and I'll start this on camera, and then I'll speed it up so that you can see the process. Again, you don't have to do this. You can use thick paper like cardstock or a cereal box, but I just bought the template plastic to try it out because I've never used it before. Now all I have to do is figure out how to open it, and I will do that, and I will come right back once I have it out of the box. I already know that this is going to be quite a different experience from my bears that I normally make, because the bear pattern that I make, it only has 9 pieces. So this has significantly more than 9 pieces, but I still think it's going to be accessible. When I wrote to them, they did say that that this pattern is for like intermediate, and it says it here, it would be a great project for the intermediate sewist. So if you're a beginner, don't be intimidated by the fox. They have lots of other patterns that you can try. I have a piece of template plastic here. You might not be able to see it there. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm just going to lay my pieces out here on this template plastic, trace around them, and then begin the cutting process. One thing that she does have for each of these, she has the pattern name here, and then what it is, and then cutting instructions. And then there are specific instructions about where the seams are. And she has some letters here. And I think those letters are important. I'm not sure yet exactly. Even though I've read the pattern a couple times, I need to read it and have the pattern pieces in front of me, which I will do several times, I'm sure, before I start sewing. So I'm going to, on my template plastic, after I've traced it, I'm going to do all the marking here too. Not necessarily where it says side seam and all that, but I'm going to mark, like here's an opening for turning. I'm going to mark that. I'm going to mark the letters just so I have that information as I get ready to work on some other parts. So right now I'm just going to lay everything out, and then if I run out of template plastic, I'll just get another sheet. The pack that I'm using, I think it has like 10 sheets in it for the regular template plastic, and then the other one, it has like 6 sheets for that extra thick. Okay, so I'm just going to lay these out and then get however many I need and do all my drawing. I will do that on camera, but I am going to speed it up for you because it probably is boring to watch me draw or watch me trace. So let's see. Okay, so these will all fit on this sheet. I'm going to go ahead, I'll speed up the camera here so that you can see what I'm doing. I have 2 pages or 2 template plastic sheets with my pattern pieces on it, and I'm going to cut these out and set them aside. I did go ahead and put the markings. I think it's called the grain. I put the grain markings on there, the little arrows, and I put any markings that I think I'm going to need for the other section. And so I'm going to cut these out. Just as a reminder, do not cut these out with your fabric scissors. Make sure you use different scissors, whether you're cutting on the plastic or with cardboard. Okay, so I'm going to cut these out and I will show you what they look like when I'm done. I have all my pieces cut out now, and I want to go ahead and talk about the fabrics that I'm going to be using to make this fox. The pattern actually calls for 3 different fabrics. So there's let me show you, let me grab this. Okay, so the main fabric is going to be this print that's here at the top and like on the body. And then there's a white fabric or like a background fabric that's going to be the face and the front of the body. And then there's another different fabric that can be for the feet. And so I'm going to follow that formula. I have 3 fabrics that I've chosen, and if you in the pattern it does say it says what is what, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So for my main fabric here, I'm actually going to use this. It's kind of peachy orangey pinky, and this is from my my last free fabric haul where I wasn't sure what to do with it, and I had like 4 fabrics left over, and one of my subscribers, one of you guys, suggested that I use it for the fox, and I decided that I am going to try that. It is a knit kind of fabric. It has some stretch in it, So I have to be kind of mindful. I think I'm going to put my ballpoint needle in my machine for this because of the this fabric. Now for my other two fabrics, these are actually leftover fabrics from some memory pillows that I made a while ago. So they're left over from some shirts. And this is the one that I'm going to use for the front of the fox. So this is my light, and it has some stripes on it, but I think it's going to look nice with this other fabric. And then for my feet, I pulled another fabric from those shirts, this one here. So hopefully they're going to look nice. I think they, like right here, that they look kind of cute together. And I think they'll be a nice little fox, okay? So to lay my pieces out, I'll show you kind of in the pattern here. Not super close, but I'll show you. One thing that she gives you is little check off boxes so you can check everything off as you do it. At the bottom of page, I think this is page 2, she shows 3 layouts of where to put the pieces. So I'm going to try to use that as my guide, but my pieces aren't exactly the same sizes as these, so I have to kind of play around with it. And what I'm going to do is she shows the right side up fabric in or right side up patterned in white, and then you flip the pattern over for the reverse, and she shows that in the gray. I hope you can see that sort of close on camera. And then the same for the white fabric and the same for that third fabric. So I'm going to use that to kind of lay it out. She does show the grain lines, and there are instructions about how to deal with the grain lines here. So make sure you check that out. So I'm going to start with this big piece here, and the shapes are there, so I'm going to follow that. And then I'm going to trace, it says trace lightly with a fabric marker, pencil, or permanent marker. I have this green pen that I'm going to try. I hope it works. So let's see, I'm going to start here with this big piece. And since I'm tracing, I'm not going to be like super stickler about where everything goes, because I'm just going to trace it, and then especially these pieces, they all have a reverse, so I'm going to trace them and move them. So let me just lay them out first, and then I'll see what I need to do as far as tracing. Let's see, I think that's this, the tail, and then the nose. And I'm trying to match these grain lines. I'm not 100% sure about this knit, where the grain line is. So I'm just going to do my best and hope it works out. Then we have this one here. And I've never made a pattern like this before. I normally do my, I normally just pin my pieces to the, to my fabric. So this is different from what I normally do. And if you've seen my bear videos, you know what I'm talking about. All right, the back of the head. And then, what is that? It's not the front of the foot. I seem to be missing. Oh, here it is. It's the ear. Okay. That's weird. Wonder if I put my grain line the wrong way. Or maybe that's not the right piece. I don't know. Ear. Let me check it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm checking this grain line for my ear piece, because I feel like I put it in the wrong place. So I'm going back and getting the original pattern piece. Okay, so that looks right. Maybe it's not the right piece. I don't know. We'll work it out. It'll fix itself, hopefully. All right, and then I need the body here and the front leg. Okay, so this is how much is left. And I really, now I'm like, I didn't need as much fabric as I put this interfacing on, but we'll see what happens. All right, so now from this point, I will just trace all these, and then I'll trace the other parts of it. So here we go. Let's trace. I think I will speed up the video here so that you don't have to sit through this super slow. But I'm speeding it up starting now. Hopefully I can trace it nicely. As you can see, I now have all of the pieces cut out and ready to start sewing the fox. There is one piece that I left out, and it's here. It's the nose, because the nose is in the pattern, it's supposed to be made out of felt, and I don't think I have any felt. I have to look and see if I have some, but I'm going to set this aside so that when it's time to do the nose, I have the piece ready. I hope that you've enjoyed this process. Again, I think I made it a little bit more difficult by using the template plastic, but I think it's going to help me when I go to put everything together. I did not put the letters on my fabric, and hopefully that won't bite me later, but I'm going to keep all the pieces out so that hopefully I can still put everything together. Thank you so much again to Pauline and Lori for giving me permission to put this series of videos together for you. I hope that you guys will go and check out the Funky Friends Factory, both on Etsy and at the website. And if you get a chance or you purchase the pattern, please let them know that I sent you to them so that they will know that my videos have some impact. If you have any questions about what you've seen in this video, please leave them in the comments below. Stay tuned next week because I'm going to start sewing the fox's head together. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Thumbs up this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, we're going all the way to 10K subscribers, and I'd love for you to be a part of that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!